Hey guys, welcome to my video. For today's tutorial, I will be teaching you how to make the bead stitch. To begin, all you're going to need is some yarn and a crochet hook. For this tutorial, you will need to know how to make chains, the single crochet stitch, the double crochet stitch, and be familiar with the puff stitch. I have videos on all of those and I will have them listed down below. I have already made a little test swatch here using two different colors, so it's going to be easy to see how the stitch is going to be made. I will have the yarn that I'm using and the hook that I'm using listed down below. For the body of my test swatch, I have already made the bead stitch, so this is what it is going to look like. If you're starting from the very beginning making chains, you're going to want to make an even number. You're then going to want to make your first row as this little foundation row, so it's going to all be single crochet for the first row. Then you're going to start your bead stitch row. So as you can see, the bead stitch is the bead stitch row, foundation, bead stitch, foundation row. So that's where we're going to pick up right here. I'm going to show you how to do the foundation row right now. I have already made one chain on my hook. So I'm going to go ahead and do the foundation row, which is going to just be all single crochet. So I'm going to work one single crochet into every stitch. So one single crochet into every stitch. Then when you get to this last little open space right here at the very end, made from a previous chain 3, you're going to work it a single crochet into that open space right there. So that's going to be a foundation row, which is the row in between these bead stitch rows. So then you're going to chain 3 for your bead stitch row. And you're going to turn your work. So now you're going to start making your bead stitches. You're going to skip this first stitch right here. You're going to work it into the second stitch. So you're going to do a double crochet into the second stitch. You're then going to yarn over. You're going to take your hook on the right side of that double crochet and put it towards the back behind it. Grab that yarn, pull it around that double crochet. Yarn over and do that again. Yarn over and do that for a third time. You should have 7 loops on your hook. You're then going to yarn over and take it through only 6 loops. So you should have 2 loops left. You're going to yarn over and take that through both of those loops. And that's going to be 1 bead stitch made. You will then skip a stitch between any bead stitch. So I'm going to skip this next stitch right here. I'm going to work a bead stitch into this one. So I'm going to work a double crochet. Yarn over, take my hook around the right side of that double crochet towards the back to grab that yarn I'm working with and pull it around. Yarn over, do that for a second time. Yarn over, do that for a third time. I should have 7 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over, take it through only 6 loops. I should have 2 loops left. Yarn over, take that through both loops. The reason I said you should be familiar with the puff stitch is basically this bead stitch is a double crochet and then a puff stitch worked around it. Instead of working a puff stitch into a regular stitch, you're working it around that double crochet. Alright, we're going to make our next one. Double crochet into this next stitch. I have skipped one in between. Yarn over, take that hook around the right side of that double crochet, grab that yarn and pull it around. Yarn over, do that for a second time. Yarn over, do that for a third time. Yarn over your hook, take that through only 6 loops. Yarn over, take that through the last 2 loops. 2 and 3. So 3 times around that double crochet will give you 7 loops. Going to be the last bead stitch I make in my row. So I'm going to skip this one, work a double into this one, yarn over my hook, take my hook around the right side of that double crochet toward, it's going to point towards the back where you're going to grab your yarn. I'm going to pull it around that double crochet, yarn over and do that again, yarn over, do that a third time. You should have 7 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over, take it through only 6 loops. You're going to have 2 loops left on your hook, yarn over, take that through both loops on your hook to complete that bead stitch. Since we did a chain 3 at the beginning of our row, we're going to match that with a double crochet into the last stitch because it's going to be the same height. So it's going to match on both sides of our row. So as you can see, if you were going to continue on, you would then make your next row, you would chain 1, and you would do all single crochet for your foundation row in between. Then your next row would be a bead stitch row if you were going to continue to make them like this. And that is going to be how to make the bead stitch. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe for more from me. You can follow me on all social media at crochetmelovely, all one word. Please leave me any feedback down below for future videos and tutorials that you would like to see. Thank you guys so much for being here, and have a great day.